Hello, Rama Rama Pupodu. Hope all are in good health, feeling great, peaceful, and having a relaxed life. Now, let's go to chapter 21, part 2, Worship of Boot Kicks. As on the previous occasion, Ramdas occupied Kantila's house in Limdi. The eagerness of the people of Limdi to behold him again was so great that no sooner had he arrived at the street than hundreds of them visited the house. The same program as at the last time was gone through in almost all its details. Dr. Sukla, Chunibai, and Chotabai came down every day from Wadhwan to see him. He was continuing his milk diet. He had invitations from Ugarchan, Shet, and Mohanbai, the noted merchants of Limdi. Old sugar candy mothers were filled with no small joy to have him again in their midst. One of the old ladies by the name Gangamai, aged over 70 years, would crawl up the staircase with great difficulty and coming to him would thrust in his mouth a piece of sugar candy and embrace him. Indeed, wonderful was her devotion. After a few days' stay in Limdi, he received a command from Ram to leave the place for Gokar Parvat and route Jhansi. He entrained for Jhansi. When traveling via Ujjain, several changes had to be made. At Bina, he had to get into a train running to Jhansi. The time was about 10 in the night. When he was entering a carriage, a Musalman obstructed him, but he slipped in. He had a single ochre colored cloth as usual, wound on his body and a ticket tied to its corner. Now the carriage was full of Muslim passengers, and everyone was lying down at full length on their beddings, leaving no room for any other passenger. However, he got a perch at the feet of a Muslim who was a short-statured man. The train moved on. At the next station, a number of new passengers poured into the carriage, all Muslims. They had to stand in the narrow passage between the seats. Not a single sleeper made room for them. Ramdas felt he could abandon his seat for one of them and quietly slipped down to the floor of the carriage and sat there. The place vacated by him was at once filled up. At the next station, a fresh batch of passengers came in. Again, all of them were Muslims. The rush was now so great that they began tramping through the passage with their heavy boots in search of seats. Ramdas, like a rabbit crouching on the floor, received their kicks with no small delight. He rolled down and twisted his body into the figure 8 so that he could take up the least room. Station after station, new passengers got in. They crowded the carriage to well-high suffocation. Some sleeping passengers had to sit up because they were forced to. So Ramdas was treated with boot kicks from all the four sides. The Muslims who were seated had to knock against him when changing their position of their legs. The standing friends in the passage close to him added their share. His only cloth covered him from head to foot. He looked like a cloth bag on the floor. Now he spoke to himself. Ramdas, you were receiving worship at several houses of devotees with flower garlands, sandal paste and lights. That was one kind of worship. But now here you are getting another kind from boot kicks. Both are same to you. He enjoyed the fun. Morning dawned. The crowd in the train thinned. The place on the bench that he formerly occupied fell vacant and he jumped into the seat. Now a bearded old Muslim sitting opposite with reddened eyes and grizzly beard and moustache on ends forcibly pulled Ramdas' arm and said in a tone of command, "Get down, sit on the floor." Ramdas stuck to his seat while another Muslim by his side, espousing his cause, rebuked the old Muslim for his gratuitous insult to him. "Sadhu, you sit where you are. Don't move. The old man must be mad." The old Muslim calmed down. That's all, folks. Let's see in the next chapter. Thank you. Bye bye. Rama Rama Pupoda.